Uh, well, welcome to the Montreal Man show. I'm not going to get into character today. I'm not in the mood to get into character. I've been asked to give my opinion on the Charlie Kirk assassination. Right off the bat, I didn't hate Charlie Kirk. I didn't love Charlie Kirk, but I could respect him. As many people know, I am not a religious person, so when he started speaking religion, I would just zone out. That said, however, I did respect the man. I respected the man because he would stand up for what he believed. He was willing to have conversations and debate people. Now, I didn't agree with everything he ever said because I just didn't. I'm one of those people. I have my own opinions. However, there's one thing he did say that I did agree with, that you have to discuss things. You have to do fact checking. You have to do your research, especially if you're going to debate somebody. I've admitted, I watched a lot of his videos, and I used to find it amusing how these people would go and accuse him of being a racist, which he wasn't. If you watch his videos, you can plainly see he wasn't a racist. And I used to watch these videos where these people would have come up and try to debate him, but have no counterpoints. These same people, when asked a question, would just insult or name call. That's not debate. That's not open to discussion. Charlie Kirk was actually willing to discuss things with you, to debate things with you. He wasn't a racist. Yes, he was a Christian. He was religious. So what? But the thing that gets me the most is these people who are going out there saying he was a racist and all these other things, that he incited violence. I have to find one video where he actually incited violence. If anything, he was trying to get people to talk and not be violent. However, that said, a lot of the people who would defame him, insult him, are the same people who used to embrace cancel culture. They would say, oh, this person said something that offended me. I remember when he said this 6 months ago, and get that person fired. However, now the tables have turned. I just watched a video that kind of got my blood boiling. This woman who literally said she was celebrating the assassination of Charlie Kirk and was getting mad at people for calling out people who did this, saying that, well, if you were offended by it, you don't have to go after somebody. I call that hypocrisy. These same people who can't answer a simple question, for example, XXXY, I won't go into details, but these same people who couldn't answer that question, who would cancel people because their feelings were offended, are now making videos saying that, oh, if you're offended, it's okay. That's hypocrisy. And more so, I will have to say, I've never encouraged violence. I'm one of those things. But when people like Charlie Kirk get assassinated, he didn't deserve it. No one who is a peaceful person, who's open to discussion, who has committed no crimes, deserves what happened to Charlie Kirk. He was assassinated. And for all those people out there who cheered his demise, who celebrated a murder of a human being, well, I hate to say it, but if you lose your job because of comments like that for your videos you're posting, karma. That's all I got to say. I have no sympathy for you if you lose your job for cheering the death of someone who was actually peaceful, someone who was trying to promote racial harmony. He actually said in one of his videos he didn't believe in race. He had people of all ethnic backgrounds supporting him. But unfortunately, because these people on the far extreme didn't like what he said, they spread all these lies about him. And I'm tired of it. People have said lies about me. I don't care. I've had death threats myself many, many years. My ex-wife can tell you how many times I had death threats. But the fact of the matter is, he was assassinated. He didn't deserve it. No one deserves to be assassinated like that. No one really deserves to be killed for being peaceful. And all these people on that far extreme who are saying, well, if you were offended by his words, don't be offended now. We are offended. As someone who didn't care for politics either way, I agree with a lot of things he said. I disagree with a lot of things he said too. However, I like the fact that he was open to discuss, that he was willing to basically stand in front of people and have conversations. Unlike a lot of these people who are now posting these videos where they're cheering for this person's demise and are now regretting posting that because they've lost their jobs. So to all those cancel culture people who loved using cancel culture to get other people fired because they were offended by something someone said, possibly even years ago, I hope this continues. I hope more and more of you people who cheered the death of Charlie Kirk will find yourselves feeling what it's like to be canceled and lose your jobs. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I thank you guys for watching the show. And I know some people are going to watch this video and give me a lot of hate and so forth. That's fine. I'm used to it. Okay? And as for death threats, I've had my fair share. I used to actually say, remember one time I told my boss years ago, I said, I must not be doing my job well. I didn't get any death threats this year. So you don't like me, that's fine. You don't like my opinion, that's fine. That's your right to have your own opinion. However, words have consequences. If I said something that offended somebody and I got fired for it, which did happen, I answered a question, honestly, nothing in detail, just answered a simply asked a question. I lost my job because of that. Because this person who's on that far extreme of cancel culture decided to basically go on a witch hunt and get me fired. Fine, I've gone past that. But you people now, you cancel culture people who love basically spreading lies about a person, who basically cheer this person's demise. You're getting canceled now, you're being fired. I'm actually kind of happy about that. And that's it on the Charlie Kirk situation. Imran, I hope you're happy. I promised you a video. You asked me the question to post it. I have posted it. And Imran, by the way, is someone I know, a good friend of mine. And he was also very upset. And if you're wondering, Imran's an immigrant too. And he actually liked a lot of things Charlie had to say. But that's it. As for Charlie Kirk's family, I wish them the best. I know it's not easy when you lose somebody. And for the people out there who have threatened now his family, I might not be religious, but there is a certain place in the afterlife for people like you. And that's it. Charlie Kirk, I'm going to miss seeing your videos. And right off the bat, I'm going to tell people, I'm not encouraging violence. I'm not. Karma is there, but the karma I recommend is if you know someone who posted one of these, I'm happy this person's dead videos, well, let them know. Let them know that you were offended by their posting of that video. And if they are in a position where they might actually try to spread that message to other people, let their employers know too. Because frankly, if I knew someone who actually was cheering that death, I can guarantee you, I would let their employer know. Cancel culture goes both ways, and it's about time that the people on that far extreme who have abused cancel culture learn the lesson. And as for Charlie Kirk, I'm actually going to miss watching his videos. He had some points I agree with, some points I disagree with, but it was enjoyable watching him debate people, an actual debate. He never called for violence. He never was a racist, and I'm just tired of hearing that. So hopefully, when this all calms down, people will remember him for being who he was. A person who had opinions, who was open for conversation, who was not a racist, who was not promoting violence, who was assassinated by somebody, I won't go into details, but obviously who took violence as the only answer. That's it. Join me later tonight for another video. I've been asked to do a video about what happened on that train in the States. But thank you guys for watching. And if you don't like my comments, that's fine. If you like my comments, that's fine as well. Everyone's entitled to an opinion, and we'll leave it at that. Charlie Kirk, rest in peace. And that's it.